All right, welcome to another video from Double My Income Society. You might be wondering, Shane, what qualifies you to have a mastermind? Well, let me share with you my qualifications. These are all the courses that I have purchased in the last few years. Starting with the good old, let me write this down here. So the first course I bought, and this was probably about 5 years ago when it first came out, was Tai Lopez's 67 Steps. And I believe it was $67 US. Then I bought his SMMA course, Social Media Agency course. I think that's what it's called. Boy, I'm not sure how much it was. It might have been $200. Can't remember. I bought his credit card course. That's how I was able to get, because of his course, I was able to get over 15 credit cards because of that course. And I think that was again like 97 bucks. And then I bought his Amazon affiliate, where you sell stuff on Amazon. I bought that course. I think that one was about $100 or so as well. And the nice thing about this course is it's lifetime access to that, so I can log in. And when I purchased that course, he was actually just making it. So this is, probably about 7 years ago. There was only a few videos made. So what he was doing is he would make a video like this, and then he would sell the course. And then people would buy the course, and then you would see 2 or 3 videos, and then the next day another video, the next day another video. And he was pretty good because he would stay with it. He made like 67 videos, and they're all like 2 hours long. So that was my first learning experience when it came to online courses. Then I came across Message to Millions, specifically around the idea of building an online course. This is with Ted McGrath. You probably see him on ads all the time. So I bought the course. It was $2,000, and this is all US. Bought that, still lifetime member, great course. I get access to all that. And then I bought a coaching program for $5,600, and once every month they would meet with me on the phone and talk to me about my program, how it's coming, all this kind of stuff. So that was $5,600 US. So I did that. What else did I do? I also bought the straight line course with Jordan Belfort. I can't remember how much it was. I thought it was $2K, but I can't remember. So Jordan's straight line. It was $2K, I believe. This is a few years ago as well. And then also bought some of Dan Locke's stuff recently, like probably about 3 months ago, 2 months ago. He had just a bunch of, like, if you go to his website, he just has a bunch of $97, $100, $200 courses, all this kind of stuff. And then after I bought the course, one of his sales guys called me. We chatted for a bit, and then he realized that I had enough knowledge that I didn't need to have any more coaching. And I didn't really want to be a part of that circle. It's a great group and all that, but basically you have to pick a camp at the end of the day. You just pick a camp and then you just run with it. So I couldn't do everything, right? But great system. Like I think his system is second to none. Like very methodical, well thought out. I loved everything. Loved the program. Loved all the courses, all the mini courses and all that kind of stuff. And then I also bought, this was just over a year ago, I bought some of the sales mentor. This is where I began understanding about what inbound closing was. So I bought the first program, which the idea behind it was you get a script and then you get some video courses. So that was $97. And then I bought another program. I forget what it was called. Accelerator? Something like that. I think it was called the Accelerator. And then I bought the 2K certification program. Because in order to get hired, certification, by the sales mentor, or to get their leads that they had, because they had all kinds of people stumbling, tripping over themselves looking for salespeople, you had to get the certification. So I paid $2,000 for that. After I got paid for that, I got a phone call saying that that isn't enough. Like, it's okay for the bare bones, but what you really want is the $8,800 coaching. And this is coaching basically one-on-one with Taylor Welch, Peyton Welch. He didn't say one-on-one, but it was you get to eavesdrop in their boardrooms whenever they would have a sales meeting. So they'd have a meeting every week, and you can ask questions. You could basically virtually jump in and ask questions, and Peyton would be there. Other of their team leaders would be there as well. Sometimes Taylor would drop in, and you just ask. So if you got ahead of the queue, you could actually ask questions ahead of time and all this kind of stuff. So that's all US as well. Then I also bought Sunny, and I hope I spell her name right. Sunny Leonard Doozy. Not the Accelerator program, but it was her YouTube social media. Basically teaching you how to set up your YouTube channel. So that one was about $250, I believe it was. Might have been a little bit more than that. I know I bought something else in there. Oh, and then I was participating in the Closers Code with Sales Mentor. I did that for a little while. And before Sales Mentor, I actually had a couple of clients, basically cold calling and selling over the phone their package, even though they didn't really have a good package. But then with Sales Sniper, I was basically mentored by Matt Ryder with his internship. And it was 12 weeks with Sales Sniper, so 12 weeks internship with the idea of being part of the Sales Sniper group when you're done the 12 weeks. After the 12 weeks, I became a Sales Sniper, and my mentor was Marco, or I should say my team leader / mentor, Cortese, Sales Sniper. And then I had an account that I worked on. And that account went south. We agreed to part ways. I was just cold calling. I was calling pre-existing leads that were like a year, 2 years old. And I basically, all the guys that I had on the call were business owners, and they're trying to understand what the organization was that was reaching out to them. They had no idea who the company was that I was working for free, because I was still an intern and I was volunteering my time while I was on holidays. I was making 50, 60 calls, and I had to make 100 calls a day at least. I didn't have a dialer. I had to pay for my own phone line to call these US companies, because when I called from my Canadian number, they wouldn't answer the phone. So then I had to call I had to purchase on my own dollar a US number so I can appear that I was from Washington, and then cold calling basically. I had a whole list of Excel spreadsheets that were, like I said, a year, 2 years old, and just cold calling. I did that for a few weeks, and I'm like, yeah, this is not working for me, because I'm not getting paid a nickel, and I'm spending 40 hours a week cold calling, and this wasn't quite what I was signed up for. I was signed up to be a closer, not an appointment center. Now, everybody will say, well, you got to start somewhere and all this kind of stuff. I just didn't like the idea of doing things for free for like 3, 4, 5 months. I also had a full-time job during the day, so what I would do is I would race off to work at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning so that I can be done my work at 12, which was the agreement, was to work from 1 to 4 o'clock every day. And some days I would take time off of work and work around it later so that I could be on the phone longer, because for some reason the expectancy was for me to be full-time volunteer cold calling. So I was like, yeah, this is kind of weird. But anyways, I appreciated all the experience and all this kind of stuff, and then I decided to go out on my own because I didn't like cold calling. I didn't like doing it. It wasn't working. It didn't make any sense to me, and it seems like when you get in on all these inbound closing organizations, that's what they want you to do, is cold call. Even though they tell you at the beginning that's not what they want you for. They want to hire you as a closer ultimately, but that's not always the case. So for me, I didn't like cold calling. I still don't like cold calling. I don't like bugging people. My phone rings during the day, and if I don't know the number, I don't pick up the phone. It's ridiculous. So now I have my own thing. It's a mastermind group. Hopefully this makes sense to you guys. So this isn't teaching you how to be an inbound closer or any of that kind of stuff. This is a mastermind group. We meet once every other week. It's $47. There's no gotchas. There's no upsells. There's nothing. It's basically, we talk about ways to double your income every other week. I give you homework assignments, and then that's it. Cancel anytime you want. You don't have to keep your membership forever. You can cancel. All you do is just send me an email. Boom. There's no refunds, which means if you sign up and 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, you're like, hey, I changed my mind, whatever. It's like, just cancel your membership. It's so easy. So easy. Just cancel. People spend 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks going to a movie. So this is nothing. So this is why I created the mastermind, because I didn't like the whole concept of the stair step thing where you pay $97, then you pay $297, $997, and then all of a sudden you're paying $58,000, $10,000, $15,000, and it just goes on forever. I get it. Some businesses make their money doing it that way, but that wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not a big fan of that. Draining people's bank accounts and all that kind of stuff. I think if you can provide value, obviously you can increase your rates and all this kind of stuff, and you can still make a profit, because you're not going to get repeat customers. That's the thing too, and they're going to talk smack about you if they get screwed down the road. So I was just like, yeah, no. Anyways, hopefully that makes sense. Now you get a little bit of a criteria and the understanding that I approach the mastermind, because if you're considering taking some of these courses, chances are I've probably taken them already, and I can give you an inside perspective as to what works, what doesn't. And probably 90% of them are fantastic when it comes to material. I'm telling you, second to none. But when you're done, you get nothing out of it on the other side. It's a lot of freebies, a lot of free stuff, free work and all this. I'm like, yeah, not for me. I think a person should charge what he's worth and should work for money, work for pay, all this kind of stuff. You should never do anything for free. That is my humble opinion. If you work for me, you don't have to do it for free. So anyways, hopefully that makes sense, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.